Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, the big news of the day is our face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez has just turned down about $60 million flat fee to not fight David Benavidez. All right? A guy in his division who is his mandatory challenger for those who likes to tell Terrence Crawford to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. Hope he got the same energy. We know he won't fight David Benavidez. That's $60 million to do so. Flat fee, which means it probably would have went up to $100 million. Who knows? Right? Mandatory. Now, reason why that's so significant, we'll get to the other reasons why, but one reason why is because the WBC president, the same one who gave him the franchise title, the same one who raised the clenbuterol levels when Canelo got popped for having clenbuterol in his system, that guy who I don't think should be in boxing, Mauricio Sullivan, has just came out and said, well, David Benavidez, I've sanctioned that fight for David Benavidez to fight Wojciech in the light heavyweight division, which we'll get to because Wojciech ain't going to be easy for nobody. I'm going to just say that too, by the way. But the point is, Dave Benavidez is Canelo's mandatory. What we're supposed to be hearing from Mauricio Sullivan is, oh, Canelo was stripped. And Dave Benavidez gets the vacant title because he never lost it anyway. Just give it to him. That's what he should do. Because let's make sure this is clear. The WBC 168-pound title was given to Canelo. He never fought for it. Canelo, don't get it twisted when he fought Callum Smith. He was fighting for the WBA title then. And Mauricio Sullivan, the same guy who I just said gave him the franchise title and raised the clenbuterol levels, gave him the WBC title. Which for me, when I say Canelo's undisputed, there's an asterisk next to it when I talk about it. Because I don't think that other people who get undisputed titles, fighting for all of the belts, should be compared to people who get a belt was given to them. And anybody who thinks that's okay, something else is wrong with you. You're not a sport fan. I don't say boxing because boxing is quiet as kept. It's not a sport until they really get into the ring. Everything that happens before and after is not sport anymore. And the fans either, right? Because you don't have any regulations, so you can just go for who you want. Like with every other sport, we go for a team, we go for things. Go to a tennis player, but you can't cheat. He got to go to the finals. He got to go to semifinals. He got to go to quarterfinals. We can't pick who his opponent is. But when you start picking and stuff, then this is what happens. Because this species, we seem to always find out why we're different. And it's not really too many reasons. But don't let me go there. The point is, Canelo done turned down $60 million for Dave Benavidez. Right? Just instead of fighting the guy in his own division. Keeps looking for people in other divisions and stuff. Couldn't get Jamal Charlo. Can't fight Mexicans because he said that, meaning Gilberto Ramirez and Dave Benavidez. Now thinking about Jaime Munguia. Just instead of say, hey, I have a mandatory in David Morrell and I have a mandatory in David Benavidez. The WBA should be stripping Canelo if he doesn't do it, and the WBC should be doing so too. But Mauricio Sullivan comes out and says, hey, Benavidez is going to go up and fight Wojciech in the 175-pound division, right? Which means Dave Benavidez is probably getting paid for not suing the WBC. If we behind the scenes, I can't think of Dave Benavidez and them not coming out because his father's, loud, right? Kind of loud. So his father should be coming out right now saying, hey, no, we're going to sue somebody or something. But they're not. So it's got to be some money going on because Dave Benavidez should be trying to sue the WBC. And anybody who has nothing to do with boxing, you put a jury over there and a judge and say, this is what the hell's going on. They're going to be like, hey, that sanctioning body has issues. And a whole lot of them. A whole lot of issues. What the hell is he doing? Just why we keep glorifying this guy? Just Canelo, you don't need no belts, obviously. You're above belts, right? Then you shouldn't have any then, right? So Canelo Alvarez is about turned down about over $500 million by now, by just not wanting to fight people, okay? Because this is $60 million. Now we're talking flat fees when I'm put these numbers out here. $60 million for not fighting David Benavidez recently. Another $50 million for not fighting David Benavidez about a year ago. Right? When the PBC offered him that. Right? That's about 110. Another $40 million for not fighting for undisputed against your boy Demetrius Andrade. That's about 150 million. He had a 10-fight, $385 million deal, but from the zone, right? That he had to get out of because the zone said, okay, you had 2 fights fighting nobodies. Now you're gonna have to fight somebody hard, and hard translation meant Demetrius Andrade, who was there. He got out of the $385 million deal. So put them on top of the 150 million, right? All flat fees. So when you flat fees, pay-per-views, you guys are saying Canelo Alvarez is such a pay-per-view star, so we can double this stuff. We over by, over $500 million. Messing around because Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight people. And all these fights we're talking about would have been major. Canelo versus Demetrius Andrade for undisputed in the middleweight division, a legendary fight. Right? Legendary. First Mexican ever to be middleweight champion. The glamour division. We didn't get a chance to do that. Removed himself from that kind of fight. David Benavidez, everybody seems to want to see him fight him from right now, the last couple of years. We can't see that fight. How much money? I didn't talk about how much money he would have got for fighting Jamal Charlo anywhere in Texas or Mexico. The Charlos come from Texas, right? They ain't want to do that. I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about when it meant something a couple of years ago, right? Undefeated Jamal Charlo before he got the mental issues. And the reason he got the mental issues, Canelo got to do with that in the WBC. Because like, damn, what people don't even have to deal with rules and regulations. What is this, Trump or something? Most people on the planet have to, deal with the rule of law. Canelo ain't. WBC hasn't. This is your hero, all right? Canelo's not the problem here, people. Hey, business is supply and demand. We got Trump because there was the demand for Trump after 8 years of a brother running the country. Let's be real. Those people that didn't like to have a brother represent them were like, I don't give a damn what the other person does. It just ain't gonna be no brother in the office. Let's get it real. That's why we're looking away from all the crimes this guy does. That's the key. That's what's going on. America was built on slavery, and people don't have any remorse for it. We're supposed to be in charge. They're supposed to be submissive. What the hell do we got somebody in the White House, is the reason it's called that ain't white, okay? And although he's doing a great job, I don't give a damn. Get the hell up out of there. We don't want no basketball courts and grass ain't cut, no stuff up there in barbecues up in the damn White House. And somebody cool, wife fine. We ain't got time for that. Get that up out of here. And we don't care whatever else is. So we don't look at rules. This is similar. Canelo has to be on top. We don't give a damn how and why and who we ain't gonna fight. We ain't looking at that. That's what this is all about. So the zone losing all that money for Canelo. They never put Canelo's numbers out. They just said he's doing well, right? We'd rather lose money than just simply tell on him. I told you this for years. Canelo won't fight anybody hard. We've been offering him money. We can't pay him $35 million for fighting anybody. We want to recoup our money. And he just doesn't do it. They should have told on him. They won't. PBC, over there, can't pay the rest of them. But we're going to pay Canelo. Won't tell on him that he won't fight. Mainstream media won't tell on him that he won't fight. Why won't they? We'd rather lose money than tell the world how this guy is moving. It's got to be people in the internet talking about it. And in the internet, you can just call them haters, right? Just say, we don't have to listen to them. They're hating on him. No, what his deal is, these are not even just boxing fans. These are sport fans who are saying, hey, you know something? That's not fair. Because every other sport that I watch, I can just know whether I like the team or not. They damn lost. We might have a bad call from the referee. But you know something? Even sport people will deal with the bad calls. Ask people to watch soccer. They don't even like goal line technology. All that ripping and running all around the place and the ball goes across the line, they would rather not do that and argue about it. That's cool. But that's the way it is. But it has to be fair. Quarterfinal, semifinal, and at the end, we got somebody who's the best. And they've proved it in their respective sports. But because the sport of boxing doesn't have that, that's why we have all these discrepancies. Only good thing about it is a lot of people making money on these discrepancies on a daily basis. So yeah, Canelo has turned down over $500 million just because he doesn't want to fight people. And you've enabled him. Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and I'm out of here, y'all.